The purpose of this video is to provide you with an introduction to MemberNation, which is a global integrated society management solution available to societies from CFA Institute. We're going to talk today about what MemberNation is, what benefits and features it provides, and we'll provide an overview of the system itself, both from the point of view of somebody registering for an event, as well as from the point of view of a society admin creating an event in the system. We'll talk a little bit about contacts and badges, and then at the end we'll talk about how you can become involved in the MemberNation project. So first of all, what is MemberNation? It's an app that sits on Salesforce, so it's driven by the Salesforce engine, and it's an integrated tool for managing society's administrative tasks, things such as event management, data integration, contact management, and email marketing. Today in particular, we're going to focus on the event management piece. So some of the benefits and features available through the MemberNation platform. First of all, it's free for societies to use. They would pay only payment processor fees, so fees to organizations such as PayPal, who would handle the actual processing of fees that come in. Payment is accepted in multiple currencies. The system incorporates both local only and shared CFA Institute data. Training and support are available from Society Tech. And there's a near real-time member and candidate data upload from CFA Institute, so your information is always current. The contact data is segmented using badges, which can then be used to offer discounts and grant access to specific groups of individuals, groups such as members, local members, and candidates. So now to provide you with a little bit of an overview of the event management portion of MemberNation. First of all, to compare a couple of different systems, a number of societies are familiar with Constant Contact. You can see on the left a screenshot of what an individual registering for an event in Constant Contact would see, and on the right-hand side, what an individual registering for an event through MemberNation would see. Okay, so this is an event that I set up in MemberNation, and you can see all the different components that are available for the event setup from the point of view of someone who's registering for the event. So you can see that there's a banner image here, there's a map that shows exactly where the venue is. Up above there is a button that can be used to add this event to someone's own personal calendar. And then on the left you can see the various ticket types that are available for purchase, and then down below would be all of the details about the event. So the speakers, the sponsors, the agenda. So once an individual is ready to register for the event, they would choose the number and types of tickets that they wish to purchase. So here I'm going to choose one guest ticket and one member ticket, and then click the Register Now button. On the next screen, the system is going to ask for details about the attendees who will be attending the event. So here I'm going to indicate information for those individuals. You can see that you are also able to ask additional details from the individual registering for the event. In this case, we're asking about dietary restrictions. And then we'll go to the next screen. So the system has already asked about the individuals attending the event, and now we're going to go through the actual payment process. So here you can see the shopping cart and the two tickets that are getting ready to be purchased. And you can see that the individual who's going to make the purchase can either do so by logging in to a CFA Institute account if they have one, or they can check out as a guest. So that's what I'm going to do in this case. And here it's going to ask for information from the person who's actually making the payment. So again, the person making the payment may not be the same as the attendees, so it's going to ask for this information again. Then on the next screen, it's going to be where you actually input your payment details. You can see that you can provide credit card details, or if the society has indicated that in their preferences, the individual could decide to pay by e-check or could note that they're going to make an offline payment afterwards. But in this case, I'll go ahead and put in test credit card information. Click the payment button. On the next screen then, we're going to see a thank you page with information about the event, the tickets that were purchased, a sales order number. In addition to the on-screen confirmation, an individual completing registration will also receive email confirmation. Confirmations will go out both to the attendees, so the individuals that were included in that first attendee screen would receive confirmation that they had registered for the event, and then the individual actually providing the payment would also receive a confirmation. And again, those might or might not be the same individuals. So now that we've walked through the process of an individual who's actually registering for the event, we'll take a look at what the event looks like on the back end for the society administrator who's actually setting it up. So you can see this is the event builder tool in MemberNation, and on the right hand side is basically a preview that lets you see what the event is going to look like in the live environment. And again, it looks pretty much like what we just saw when we went through this as a user. And then on the left-hand side are various tabs where you would input the information to set up your event. The event info tab is where the name of your event would appear, the capacity, the date and time. This is where you would upload your banner images and input all of the details for your event. The tickets tab is obviously where you're going to input your ticket information. The tickets actually carry over from the event category level, so there's not as much duplication of effort. The event category works as a template for you, so you don't have to set up your tickets every single time. This is also where you would indicate the ticket sales start date for your event. The Access Permissions tab, this is what would allow you to restrict certain ticket types or certain events even to specific badge groups, which we'll talk about in just a second. So if you have a members only event, you can restrict that entire event so that only members would even be able to see that that event was out there for registration. Or you can also restrict a ticket type so that only members, once they're logged in, would see that there's a member ticket price available. And then the last tab here is the venue tab, which is obviously where you're going to input the information for your venue, the address, all of the description details. You can also upload an image of that venue if you'd like, and this is where you indicate whether or not you want to display a map as part of that registration screen. Contacts and badges are another important component of MemberNation. All of the contacts that a society currently is able to see in their society portal will be available to them in MemberNation as well. In addition, societies who have local-only members can have those records uploaded to their MemberNation account during the onboarding process. All of these individuals are tagged based on their relationship with the society and or with CFA Institute using a series of badges. And to show you exactly how this works, we'll take a look at a test record that I created. So this again is a test record, but you can see all of the details that the society would be able to see for this record in the system. So all of the standard sorts of contact information would be here, as well as a CFA details section where you would be able to see whether the person had a CFA Institute ID number, all of their candidate information, such as their candidate code, date their charter was awarded, that sort of thing. And then as you scroll down, there's also a badges section here as well. So if an individual is a member of the society as well as CFA Institute, they would have a member badge on their record. If they're a candidate in the CFA program, they would have a candidate badge on their record. And then for those individuals who are members of the society only, then they would have, as you can see here, a local member badge as well. So that again helps define who those individuals are, what their relationship is with your society, and you can also use those badges to provide those individuals with specialized pricing or the special access that we saw for your members-only events. So what are the next steps for a society who's interested in becoming involved in the MemberNation project? Your first point of contact is the Society Center. It's going to have a lot of information there on the MemberNation landing page about MemberNation itself, the roadmap for future themes that will be released. All of those sorts of details are available there. In addition to the landing page, there are 4 different sections for the different phases of the onboarding process. The first phase in that process is the learn phase. So again, there's a lot of information on that learn phase that helps you know what's involved in becoming participants in this project. Also on that learn page, there is a link to the 7-question onboarding readiness survey. Your society, once you are ready to do so, can take that readiness survey to evaluate your own readiness to actually start the onboarding process. In addition to this helping you to evaluate your current status, CFA Institute can also use your answers to this survey to help us prioritize and schedule your onboarding. And of course, if you have any questions or need any other additional information, feel free to reach out to societytech@cfainstitute.org, and we will be happy to help. Thanks very much.